It's doing well. Um, it's going to be a bit of a weird stream because I'm going to have dinner in the middle of it, but no worries. Running a bit behind on my daily stuff. It's okay. Let's get into the game. And we're going to try and get everything done that I need to. But yeah, how's everyone doing? We are going to be finishing up two of the big signs that go over the top of the aquariums today, and hopefully getting pretty much all the aquariums blocked in, just ready for fishes. Getting some warmouth sunfishes in the Sipsey River aquarium that we have yet to finish fully, but I think it should be pretty good. We might work on the green or great blue heron enclosure. We might get the groundwork for that finished as well, depending on how much time it takes us to finish these aquariums, which it shouldn't take us too long. I'd like to get our full sign for the waders and divers and waders tank, which will be a little bit tricky, but I'm sure we can make it work. And then we should probably do the sign to the Baldwin family wetlands, which is going to be a little tricky as well. But again, we can probably make it work. Yeah, this building is almost finished, which is going to be really exciting because it's a pretty big project that we only got a few things left that we need to do. You know, while this game is loading, I should make sure, does Robustus have... does Robustus have... his turtles out yet? Because he was working on a turtle pack. Be nice to maybe get the common snapping turtle in, because he showed me the picture. He's got the painted terrapin, but it does not look like he's got the does not look like he's got the snapping turtle in yet. But that's okay. That is a-okay. Hopefully we can load in soon. Just a little bit of time to go. Let's create a poll. Nice, we're in the game. So we've got the Buttahatchee and the Chattahoochee. So you know, the easy ones to spell. The good thing is I've gotten pretty good at getting these knocked out pretty quickly. spelled kind of how you would think. It's make sure it is spelled how I think. Yeah, Chattahoochee. It's a tributary of the Tombigbee River in northwestern Alabama. The Tombigbee is probably part of the Warrior River, if I'd have to imagine. I mean, this is not the most exciting thing to do in the world, but it is something that needs to get done, and a great thing to do while we're waiting for some more people to pile on in. Then we can grab this. Merge those together. Color them all black, and then we'll move them. Yep, we grabbed everything right. Shoot. Yeah. That's where that goes. I need to lower all these just a tad bit. Sip C. And this one just needs to be a little bit lower. Okay. Yeah, I built this. Oh, there's the tongue. So that's it here. Now we're doing the Chattahoochee. which is right here in Alabama. So if you're looking in the north of Alabama, this is the Chattahoochee. Yeah, we've kind of got this geographically correct. All right, let's get the Chattahoochee. Chattahoochee. So it's very similar in spelling to the Betahatchee. Probably from the same language. If I'd have to guess, it's Cherokee. Now, is it? Yes, okay. Let me charge my earbuds. All right. Chattahoochee. I know this has been spelling with Grayhammer. It's everyone's favorite segment. Well, it should have merged these two. There's no reason not to. Right? Chattahoochee. We grab river. It's a long one, that's for sure. Chattahoochee River. So now we can grab this. We can grab all of these. Group them all together. Change them all to black. Move. That's going to go over here. Make sure it's all lined up here. It's lined up on that front. Now we make sure that, okay, so we need to perfect. We've got the Chattahoochee there. All right. We've got one more sign we need to do, but I'm going to wait on that. Come on out, nerd. Let's get to work on the Sipsey River. Okay, so then we grab this. Make sure it's roughly in line there. This one's Flint River. I don't really know what Flint River's like, so I'm gonna mostly reserve sand over here. Of course, it can be covered up by something else. We've got more of these aquariums than I thought we did, but it's gonna be okay. If we grab this water, let's go with clean water. I think we want to use tropical. We're going to turn the transparency down on it because that's what I've noticed on the pictures I've taken of the. Now I do want it to be a little bit more on the green. It's like a blue-green. Yeah. And then I want to take some river rocks. So stuff like this. This is going to be warmouth and chain pickerel. So we want to allow plenty of long, like, water plants. So we want eelgrass for sure. Okay, perfect. So then we want to grab some of our custom eelgrass that we put in. Because, yeah, we made this. And this works really well for implying eelgrass. We want some really thick of this, mainly towards the back. I don't know if we have a pickerel, but if we have a pike, I can change that one, but we don't have the pickerel yet anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. And then I probably want a tree stump, so we'll go to nature. We'll go broken. that at, it says a little bit of hard shelter left. And we'll take some shorter eel grass. Mix that in there. And then we want to take some hydrilla. Give it a really gunky feel. I'm going to grab some branches. Take this branch. I think I want that branch a little bit further this way. There we go. That's the Sipsey River. Let's make sure that warmouth and chain pickerel are not endangered or anything, because we might need to adjust their signs. I just kind of used my base sign. Least concern, warmouth. I imagine these guys are also least concern, but I do need to get a picture of them. They look like they're a little bit more reddish than other sunfish species. So let's go ahead to our little workshop area, which is over here. This is where I've got the different little sunfish. So if I take this guy, let's see, they've got, looks like an orangish eye, so that works pretty good there. It looks like we got a more rusty color. Description, dusty mottled ground, somewhat purplish. So what we'll do is we'll grab this. This will become our... Let's go with this as a base. Then we're going to make it a really desaturated version of purple. Then we'll grab the dark color. And the colors look like they're a little lighter. So like a light brown, maybe even this, but desaturated. It's perfect there. And the same thing with this. A little bit more saturated. Perfect, I think. You actually probably want to desaturate all those colors. Let's see. Don't know what it's doing here. Okay, so we need 10 of these guys put in to our Rivers and Lakes aquarium. Sipsey River. So they're going to school mostly together. Three, maybe a little less than 4. That looks pretty darn good, in my opinion. Pretty darn good. Let's take... What do we know about the Flint River? Looks like it's a little bit more brownish, but it looks like it's got some clear areas. Let's clarify Flint River, Alabama. Looks like it's got some green areas. Looks like it's pretty overcast by trees, though it does have some river rocks. Seems like it's more gravel based. So we'll try and take that into account. So more rocky with some branches kind of around framing the corner, I think, is how we're going to... Not as many plants. Let's grab that, bring that in there. No problem with that gravel being there. I mean, this is going to be a pretty simple tank. Let's try and frame it this way. I think I want this close to the front here. To really get that vibe. Oh no. And maybe another one here. Yeah, that's pretty good framing there, I think. Let's go look at Flint River again. Yeah, the impression I get is very much that it's kind of hanging branches over the river. So I want to try and replicate that even if we're doing it under. Flint River's getting darters primarily. So we do need some tunnels and stuff. Some fallen logs. Stump. Oh, it's gotta be tunnel. What's it called? Log. They're very secretive little fish. Flint River. I think that's pretty good. Maybe a little bit of foliage in the form of periwinkle? Yes, those are bigger than I thought. I don't want too many flowers or plants, but I feel like that might just be perfect. Just for them to be able to frolic. Little River Canyon is a pretty clear river. I do want to muddy it up a little bit. So let's go with like 0.9. Maybe 0.8. Yeah, just so it doesn't look crystal clear. This one we do want crystal clear because that's part of the theming there. Little River Canyon, Watahachie River, Smith Lake also needs to be clean. Kaneka, Chacolaco Creek, Chacolaco Creek images. Very much a muddied green water. What's going in here again? Chacolaco is the freshwater drum and some minnows. And then Paint Rock is, I assume, going to be something similar. just delete all this. Rock River. Should be in southern Alabama. So I'd imagine it's similar, kind of brownish. Very much seems limestoney. What goes in Paint Rock River? Oxsucker and Golden Red Horse. Okay. This is very tricky to get these all to work well. But we're going to try. Alright, let's go for rough water. No, please. Oh, come on. Oh, I bet I know what's wrong. We just gotta make that glass. Rebuild is good, but it's not that good. Okay. Hold on, guys, one sec. Thank you, darling. Alright guys, we are back. Dinner is completed. Let's get going. Chocolaco Creek, back to that. Chocolaco, pretty clear but slightly green. So I think it's Everglade. Well, we go for like a 0.9. Maybe like a 0.5. 0.7. Yeah. Then we grab this. Copy. Boom. And then for the other one, the Paint Rock River, slightly brownish. That's what I'm saying. So we go with like dirty water, transparency of like 0.2. That looks pretty good. Chocolaco Creek looks very similar to do like a riverbank almost. That could be fun. Then we can go for like river rocks. Then we go for branch. I'm gonna try for this piece because I think it would really get the point across. And maybe we put something like this in. We want to keep it mostly open for the larger fish that's going to be in here. Like the freshwater drum is going to be somewhat large. So that's probably going to be the only big thing. That we do there. We might put this that the minnows can kind of hide in. Maybe a thinner one like here. And then we'll take hydrilla. We're gonna kind of shuffle that in and just put in a few patches if we can. Nothing too crazy. Maybe some eelgrass. maybe to see if we can get some temple plants in here that don't look too awkward. Yeah, because we're going to have a pretty large fish in here considered to a lot of the other fish, I want to keep it mostly open. That leads us to the Paint Rock River, so let's look at that. That's right, we want lots of big rocks here, so we probably want gravel as our primary substrate. So once we get the gravel in there, I mean, this is kind of tempting. We probably want to turn this. This should be a little bit clearer. I don't like it being this dark. Much better. And then I want to turn these more of like a white color almost. Just want to grab this stupid. This one right there. Yep. Now we can merge that together, go to the color editor, crank up the color there, then go to neuter, faux, and we're going to grab these. let's get this going here. And then terrain, grab all of this. So I want to test something. How good do the carrots make as plants? Pretty good, but not necessarily for water plants. Just grab a bunch of underwater table plants because I really like them. I think they're a great plant. I don't want to go too crazy on the planting in here. I feel like that's pretty good. More than hogsucker and a golden red horse. Now the last one is this one. This one's going to be slightly different than a bunch of the other ones that we've got. And that I still want to bring this up, but terrain, we want rough water. We want this one to be pretty much crystal clear. And then within go terrain, we want rough water. First of all, we want it further back than that. This we need to go higher. I don't really want it all the way up there. I guess it is what it is. It's not that big of a deal. We'll put rapids in other ways. With like bubblers or whatever. Alright, let's get that in here. We're doing a pretty good job of getting finished with this. So that I am happy with. Table. I want these. I want to random rotation all. Before we get any further, let's go ahead and group these. Alright, then we go and we grab all the colors in this group, and let's make it like a... Let's do that. Then nature, rock. Then we got this, and boom. Do the same thing for this guy. And then just darken it for the cracks. Then we go for bubbles. Rapids. That kind of gives us the river flow that we're looking for. Honestly, I think that's pretty good for now. Maybe we'll try and do the sign for this guy. Where are we gonna put it? Maybe above here. This is actually done now. Don't need that. Do like that one. Let's start off with this one. It's gonna say something like go aquarium. No more signs that I get to create. Aquarium. Aquarium. Stones. Systems. Presents. Now this is gonna be where it gets actually good. Okay. Now I gotta go construction blueprints. I think I like this one, or maybe this one. Definitely this one, it's smaller. Not small, but smaller. Ah, shucks. It's not even how it's supposed to be. I'm a bit of a dingus. Let's change all these colors. I'm a dingus. There we go. I feel like this is too big. We need something. Need something cute. What did I use for the Appalachian Conservation Cabin? I used that. Might be able to do that. Well, pretty big, but I think it's more reasonable. Oh, thanks, Jess. My wife cut it. Welcome to the stream. We are working on the last sign. We're working on the last sign for this area. I think it's the last sign. I built a bunch of signs off camera and on camera. So we'll go look at those in a second. Trying to figure out how. I want to do an and symbol. And yet I don't want to create my own. I don't really want to do something that's very different than what we've already been doing. Divers and waves. I didn't even think about the fact that I could just do this. Divers and. I need to make an and symbol. What if I took the 8 here, superimposed it onto the 9 here? No. Unless. No. Divers and. I so don't want to. None of these have the and symbol, do they? Wyatt, did you do it for me? What? This is closer. I mean, it kind of works. I think I like the color on the D. I've made mistakes here. Let's try and group these bit by bit. And then we'll change that to like a yellow. And this will probably keep as white. Now we can merge these, and now we can move this to the aquarium, which is right over here, because I know where the aquarium is. Let's see, this might be better with like a dark blue. Honestly, I feel like I want this right here. So as soon as you come into the corner, as soon as you round the corner to here, you've got boom. And I want to bring it out a little bit more. There we go. Boom, and then over here it kind of also works. But yeah, in the past off camera, I've made these signs that talk about how hunting and fishing can help conservation, a map of the different Alabama waterways here, different sports fish that you can try and reel in, talking about carp, about how to eat them, how you look for the Alabama sturgeon by fishing for DNA in the water. Then I think you've seen this. It should be complete now. And then we've done just various work on these other aquariums. And with the time we got left, we got about an hour, I think. We can work on this great blue heron habitat. Grab my dog. Nice. I mean, it just takes time. It's one of the things. I gotcha. You can do it. It's just... Nope. It's just taking the time to do it is not necessarily always the most fun thing in the world. Alright, so now I'm going to take this and we're going to put it like that. I am a visual inspection specialist, but my degree is in biomedical engineering. So it is very much so like high detail position that I'm in. Okay, let's do that. So that does have something to do with it. I'm pretty detail oriented as a person. I'm very perfectionistic to a fault. I basically write reports on why things went wrong, how to fix them. I do technical writing. Can't talk too much about my job because it's a lot of confidential stuff, but basically it's technical writing is the easiest way to describe it. I do write procedures. Yeah, I don't mind it. Ideally, I'll eventually work with 3D printing of biomaterials, because that's what my major's in, but for now, I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. It's a good position, pays well. Okay, let's grab this steel cable. And then boom. this. I mean, it's pretty perfect. If you haven't already, control. You get it, gotcha. If you haven't already, control X to enter the advanced edit mode, control D to advanced duplicate, M to move, then X just puts you into that to do the advanced move. That's the main hotkeys I use. Q to go down, E to go up. Those are pretty simple, but also incredibly useful, so if you don't know them, they can be super helpful, especially when it won't let you go down into a building. Yeah. I'm trying to think of other ones. I know a lot of people use the ones to turn it to random rotation and stuff. I've never really used them. I'm sure it would save me time long run, but I just don't. This is going to be our great blue heron aviary, so it's going to have some walk arounds. I'm thinking we might do like a, or maybe we'll do that here. Do like a, oh, I don't know if I would actually want something that we can walk down. Maybe we'll get rid of this. And this will be our walk down area. I'm not sure. This will be your viewing. That might be a little too steep. In fact, I know it is. But that general idea should work. Okay. Let's see now. We need to grab all of the pieces here. All the pieces here we need to grab. So that at least kind of looks like it's all fitting together. Mesh is one of the things that I would highly recommend you not doing custom at the start. So it's one of those things that can really get annoying. I feel like we need... I don't know if we need a beam. I feel like a beam would work, but maybe we don't do one that's this thick. Maybe we do the thick 2 meter. And we recolor There we go. We got there in the end. Just to give a little bit more structural security. Feel to it at least. Okay, now that's kind of there. Let's see. We might do a retaining wall. We'll go twilight wood. Yeah, that's. Do like a railroad tie. Keep predators out, and then under here we'll have a little temporary holding building. Just grab this, rotate these at different angles. What's great about these pieces is they rotate from the middles. JK. Alright, let me grab all this. Let's grab this. Oh boy. Always try and build on the world axis if you can. Makes it a lot easier. Otherwise, stuff like this will happen. Keep you from having to do stuff like this. I do. It's not much, but it helps every once in a while get me some funds. Hoping we're inching our way towards getting monetized on YouTube as well. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, it's just Grayhammer, and we are doing pretty good there. And we will also do full tours of different areas when we get them completed. Oh, sweet. Cool. Let's see. Oh, you've done a bunch of comments. Sweet. Trying to remember. What was I saying? Whatever. But thank you. I know I've seen your name before. CD. I do appreciate you being so consistent in these live streams. It is very much appreciated. Let's grab the right color. Really does help keep the... Seems darker than normal. I guess it's right. It's a big help to stay motivated, knowing you've got people who are actually watching. Okay. Now, let's see. Can we grab like half of this? Maybe up to here. And fit it in here. I mean, more or less. I really don't know what I'm going to do with that. It's going to be one big kerfuffle. Maybe we'll do a cliffside. We shall see. And then we just grab this. Of course, we'll need keeper access to this, which should be pretty easy to do. Get these concrete supports in. Yeah, we should be able to get a decent bit of this going. There's a chance we can get some. Maybe the 3. Let's try that. Plenty of large areas for them to go into. And now let's get the holding building, which I think we'll put here. Let's grab concrete. I'm gonna make this. I do know him. It's usually a pretty good idea, but recently speed builds haven't been doing as popular for other people, from what I've heard. With a few of my, I'm I am pretty close with a couple of different creators, and it seems like um, tours are the way that seem to be doing well on YouTube recently, instead of speed builds. So that's kind of my main strategy right now. But I've done speed builds before. Um, they're just they're a bit of a pain to edit as opposed to tours. So I do prefer tours. I'm trying to remember who I was talking to. I think it was people in ZSH's community, probably Sparrow. Yeah, I'm hoping to get one out next Saturday. Um, I'll give you a brief show of the area that's completed. It's one of our first areas, but this is the Squirtlery, the first section of the wilds. I just love this view. And then inside we've got the insectarium. And then we've got the different species of squirrels native to Alabama and Georgia and Florida. So we've got fox squirrels, gray squirrels, we've got chipmunks in here. Thank you. We've got a flying squirrel in here. We've got beehives. And then we've got a little bathroom area. And then up here, which I tried to do as handicap accessible as possible, we have the groundhog habitat. And then this will be the porcupine eventually. This is our bobcat habitat, which is way bigger than is required for a bobcat, but whatever. This building needs to be finished. But let's get... And this is what we did. I think you were here for at least part of it, but this is what we worked on last stream. So I'll probably do... So I do, like, tours of large areas, and then I do kind of habitat focuses as well. So I've got a muskrat video up on the channel that's pretty recent, and it's been doing pretty decently for me. Like, pretty crappy for most other content creators, but I take what I can get. And I really do enjoy the building, and I do voice acting for my videos because I try and do it as like a board of directors kind of thing. And I think that's an interesting new thing that I'm working on. And that's can be slightly... Okay, so the thing is that the keepers can't really get across to different areas. The good thing is that the keepers have a magic vacuum cleaner, basically, that they use to clean up poop. The bad part is that if you do food, they can't refill food on the other side. So the biggest thing is to have food on one side and for a shed, we don't really need it to be too like a full story. But yeah, put the food on one side where the keepers can get to it. Yeah. And then you can put like the toys on the other side that the keepers don't have to get to. And that will make sure that the animals do go between the two different parts. This. I guess the bobcat enclosure is what inspired you to ask that question. So yeah, the keepers can access the habitat through here. And so we have their food enrichment over here, like this, which I covered up with these fake trees. But then, like, their toy enrichment is over in here. Like scent. So Bobcat is incentivized to come over here to use their toys, but then to come back over here to use their food. And that's how you can make sure that they move around. It's a neat little trick. And then middle clad. Let's try that now. Let's see. Need color from this one. I mean, you can do like a small zoo, like a roadside zoo, and if that helps you get in motivation. I don't know if it will, but it might. So you can try something like that. That way you don't lock yourself into a project. And you could do like a higher, if you want to do it as a slightly higher budget thing, you could do, yeah, I used to do that a lot. My biggest suggestion is actually find a group of people who will, who you can show your builds to and can critique it. That kind of almost semi holds you accountable to like showing it off, and keeps you wanting to work on it. If you want to do that, here's my Discord. If you want to post pictures of your builds, I can help you with ideas and stuff if you want, or you can just get join and get different notifications and stuff about what we're doing. It's a channel that was totally like coherent. But another good thing that I find interesting, helpful for inspiration, is to go to my local zoo. Even if like a specific enclosure doesn't like you don't get a specific enclosure idea, it can kind of give you ideas for buildings, fences, really anything. You can also go on like Zoo Chat and look up different zoo exhibits or different exhibits for different animals. That can be helpful. There's a few things you can do to try and get inspiration. And then if we do this, so we can just kind of grab this, place it over here, this, place it over here. should get a female great blue heron. Get it in there. And we should make sure when we do staff, we do a work zone, use rivers and lakes. We're still not sure what we're going to do here, but let's bring this like so. Oh, sweet. That's what that notification was. That makes sense. I need to get a role system in there about if people want to get notifications on my live streams. I used to have it notify everyone whenever I went live, then I figured that might be annoying. Where's our great blue heron? Oh yeah, we did definitely kind of put them in the most indirect path, I guess. Let's look for a great blue heron. In transit from all the way downtown. Cool. Love that. I do love this habitat. I think we do want something. Not really. Not a big sports person, though pretty much everyone else where I live is. But I'm down to talk about sports, even if I probably won't know much about them. I did not. I was doing something else. What was I doing? I heard it was not very entertaining, but beyond that, I don't know. tall does this need to be? Yay, it can get in now. Way to be weird. No, it's a great mod, but it's, what is it based off of? Is it based off of the Swan? Oh my gosh. It must have been an old mod. Hopefully it will get re-rigged. Oh yeah, it is old. Hasn't been updated to 1.10. It says it's based off the red-crowned crane. But by golly, that's not how the red-crowned crane moves. Might use a different heron mod if that's by the same person. Okay, well, we'll just have to deal with that being... Mirror mobile, we'll do the forage pool. Forage pool. Do you mean it's not accessible? Recalculate. Why is its hitbox or whatever so weird? You know, it's fine. It's not like I actually need to use it. It's just a little frustrating that this guy is so restricted. The mod itself looks pretty good. I mean, there's better mods. And I really like these wood ducks and mallards. Yeah. Modding's come a long way. But We'll have it work. No, I just gotta figure out how exactly. Okay. Assumption is it's too big. Everyone assumes that it's coming out in either October or November. Maybe October because of GTA 6. I know I've heard some people say that. No, I want to do like a wetlands filter, probably here. That'll kind of act as our but I need to build a retaining wall for that. This is a trick on how you can build circular buildings pretty, let's say, easily, but I mean, depends on what you mean by easily. You know what? It's probably going to be easier if we grab this, put it like right here. And you know, it's probably going to be easier to do like a stone, tropical stone. Dude, I don't know if this will be easier. Or this, probably this. But we want it to be like out here. Yeah, I mean, I can say, but it's kind of, it takes it a bit to figure out, but it's not. I mean, in total, I have made $56 with Twitch. Um, Now I do have about 30, I think, in my pools, but I can't pull it out until I get back up to 50. So I've almost earned $100 doing Twitch, which is actually kind of crazy for me to say, because yeah, no, I mean, I'm playing video games, so it's something I would do normally. I'm talking during it, which don't really mind. So get to have fun. So yeah, we're gonna create a wetland filter. We might do a few tiers of it. or I think it's called a bog filter. No, it's a wetland filter. And then we just kind of sink that in there. Delete all of this now. Now we can just select all these. Yeah, no, I've got. Oh, you mean money? No. On YouTube, you have to get to a significantly higher threshold before you start making money. Like you make more money probably once you start it, but you have to before you can even get money on with ads, you have to have 1,000 subscribers. But yeah, most of the money I also get on Twitch is not really from ads. It's from a few people who subscribe to the channel each month. With if you do have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free using your Prime sub if you so desire. Nah, you're good. Just want to put it out there for people who do like the channel and have an Amazon Prime account. You can do so for free. Doesn't count as much as a regular Twitch sub, but it's like $2 a month. And so got a few people who do that, a few people who pay $5 a month to not get ads, and that's kind of where the prime most of the money comes from subs. It doesn't come from ads. And then I had one of the guys, he's a moderator who pops in pretty frequently. He gifted a bunch of subs to people, so that definitely helped as well. Okay, so this, and then people will come down here and they'll get to see it. How low can, oh, that's about as low as we can get it. Yeah, for sure. A few extra bucks never hurt nobody. And then let's grab a gutter. Let's see. And then go special effects. Hmm. Yeah, I used to play it a bit, but to me, um, I kind of just didn't get inspired. I feel like the lack of smaller pieces that are pre-built for stuff kind of bothered me. Like, it's weird because you've got all this flexibility, but also there's just some things that it just seems off to me. I don't know how to explain it fully. I really do like the game, and I think there's a lot of things that Planet Zoo can learn from it, but there's also definitely some things that I don't know. Planet Zoo has such a great I feel like Planet Zoo has such a good like set of pieces. It's really hard for anything to beat it. But it is a good game. Yeah. Don't talk. Yeah, no, it's. I mean, it's probably still the best simulator game in my opinion. Um, there are games that have worse bugs. Jurassic World Evolution 3. That's another game that I really want to like, but so that one it's just so clunky coming from Planet Zoo to that. You can tell it's designed for console players, not. Yeah, that's my assumption is that most, if not all, of the species will that are in DLC will remain in DLC. I think there will be some species that were DLC added to the base game, and some species from the base game that are probably going to be removed. It doesn't really make sense that we need a Himalayan brown bear, for example. So trading that out for like a um, trading that out for like a Asian small clawed otter or something like that is a better pick in my opinion. Moving along nicely. Nice little concrete pool. We might be able to use some of the funds from this for our. That's what I'd imagine as well. I mean, I've had pretty decent viewership recently. Today's been an off day. I think it's because of Wednesday. Wednesday just may not be as good a day. But I've had somewhat decent views recently, which has been a surprise, but a welcome one. Doodle. I hate and love doing these like custom ponds because I feel like they make it look so realistic, but they're also such a pain to build. Okay, come on. And this pool will look better in a bit. Don't you worry. Yeah, I think it's pretty charming. Saw something recently that was someone saying that they really absolutely hated how unrealistic the guest looked, and I'm like, I mean, I feel like it kind of takes the focus away from the guest, which I kind of like. Kind of make sure you know that guests are not really the main feature of this game. It's just different substrates in here to really give the heron something to really get, just different substrates make it more interesting for the heron, I guess is what I'm saying. We're gonna have to end the live stream here in a second. Plaster. let's get this moving around. And then we'll do a mulch bed, of course, around it. We'll do like cattails and stuff like that. But I just wanted to make a realistic looking pond that's easy to clean. That's the idea. Let's get this. There we go. Like, what the frick is happening? Maybe we can get a little bit of a nicer angle here. We'll probably finish up this liner and then that'll be it for this stream. I'll probably do some backstage stuff with the cranes and some signage stuff for the squirrelry off camera. I'll try and keep the Discord. I don't usually update the Discord about pictures from what I've been doing off screen, but I'll try and do so more. I also need to do a big cleanup of the Discord and make it more easy to use. Basically, I got work I gotta do on our Discord to make it more user-friendly. But I really hate doing that on Discord. Don't know why. It's just not something I enjoy. I used to have someone who did it for me, but as things happen, you know. But that gets us a nice feel for the concrete pool. I might do some of the substrate in here. I won't do the planting. I won't do the planting off camera, but I'll probably do like the mulch because it's kind of tedious. And I might do the interior here because you don't need to see me building this little shed. It's not that big of a deal. Alright, thanks for watching though. I will catch you in the next live stream. Friday, I should be playing some Total War Warhammer 3 with some friends. But I'll catch you later, and thanks for tuning in.